Guys, in this video, we're taking Thor out for its first drive on the rocks. I'm excited about this. If you notice, this tire is not the same as that. The trencher right here had to get a little bit creative on the tire foams to make them fit the Vitavon wheels. I'm going to show that to you real quick on the table, as well as Thor itself. Then we're getting to the rocks. Let's go. To get the Proline tire on the Vitavon wheel, had to do a little bit of work. Tried it like this. The foam just kept coming out over the edge of the wheel. Tried these. They're just so wide that, you know, they wouldn't fit on the rather narrow Vitavon wheel. But I have these old single stage foams, 1.9. So I'm going to stretch these onto here inside of this foam into that. And that's how I got them to work. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and get done right now so I can match this up and we can get outside. This is what's going into the tire right here. This is what it looks like inside. Got that little foam. It did have to stretch to get over the inner lock ring. So there we go. Then you go through and just make sure you kind of even it up and you're ready to go. And yes, I vent my tires. Once you get that done, they mount up pretty good. The two-stage seems to be working about kind of like what I want, you know. Not a perfect mount, but I think it's going to be just fine for what this thing is going to be doing. If they're wobbly, then I'll just have to take them back loose and figure that out. But anyway, time to get this put on here, power this thing up, and it's going outside. There it is. It is ready to go. I got to find out whether I can keep this Capra transmission in here or not. I got a feeling I'm going to have to go to the 3 gear with the Vanquish dig. So I've already messed around with it a little bit, and the dig servo is kind of having a problem getting out of the dig under load. I mean, this is a lot more than, you know, it's just more in almost every way. So I've already got the Vanquish dig unit coming for the 3 gear. I just got to find a 3 gear for it. So just to go ahead and let you guys know, but about to power it up and see what this thing can do. First pull, hope this thing can crawl. Well, that's full throttle. Okay, that was good coming out of dig. Let's go get it scratched. Here we go. Now the body mounts are not even secured in there. What I'm really looking for is tire deflection, control. That's how this thing is going to go. I think my foams are just about right. See that tire right there kind of folding a little bit? When I get to the, let's go ahead and crab this. I had to move my buttons around so it's a little bit off. There we go. First scratch. Looks like I'm gonna get, I'm gonna take it over this way. All right, let's go ahead and pop my button again. Change it back to 4-wheel steer. Not bad. I think this is saying a lot for this motor right now, guys. Oh, I forgot to mention on the table, these shocks are loaded with 80 weight oil. So they are relatively about as stiff as what I'm going to make them. I feel it needs more dampening. I may look at and see, I think there's enough room that I can use a larger bore shock, which with the right pistons should give me more dampening. And the leading and trailing arms on this may be interesting. It's going to be interesting when I get this thing over to the nasty. Man, I think these foams are going to work out good. Plenty of control coming down to that. A little bit of jacking right there. See what we've got here. Let's go ahead and try some of that dig action here. Kind of a bad spot to try the dig. Let's go ahead and get back into 4-wheel steering. right now this thing is crawling. Now we're all the way down. Now the ESC, it has a different, I don't know the proper term, I'm trying to get the term out here. Anyways, there's different modulation for the startup rotation and then the running. Can't think of the proper term right now. All right, now I'm actually hung up on the bolt right here. Look at this. That bolt is actually catching me. It may just be a learn how to drive thing, or I may change the bolt out for one that's not quite so protruding. I mean, so far this thing is crawling pretty darn good. Let's go ahead and lean it off of this and see what we've got here. That is maximum flex. All shocks are fully, 2 shocks are fully extended, 2 shocks are fully compressed. Let me get on the other side. That looks pretty darn awesome right there. Now let's see if we can come right on off of this here. Pretty darn awesome. Now this thing being so wide, is it even going to fit on the nasty? That's so big, can it do the nasty? So far, I'm impressed. Go ahead and give it a shot. Now this thing, it's every bit as wide, about an inch wider than the Ryft is. So, and it's too wide to just come on and drop down on that. So I got to get down into it like this. Probably gonna get that rear steer kicked on, but let's see what happens here. Whoa, that's what's gonna happen. Now without the electronics and all protected, at least by a body, I'm a little bit on the concerned side of that. Let's see what we got. Oh! Oof, interesting. At least I rolled it into the grass. Let's go ahead and see if I can get this to go back up. Huh. That is possibly that front link geometry messing with me right there. Definitely doesn't like the off camber here, does it? Do a little bit of something with that here. Go back to front steer only. Let's see if it'll make the crack of doom here. Oh, wrong button. Let's see. Tire side roll, not so bad. Seems to crawl pretty darn good here. Let's see, I really got to go high here. Let's see. I'll be on the very top of this thing, aren't I? Let's see what happens. Let's see if okay, there's that thing where I could use a little bit lower gear. But wow, coming right across the top of that. Pretty crazy. See here. Oh, it is. Yeah, that wasn't a big deal, I guess. I mean, it's just so wide. Looking at how everything is working and flexing and all that. Huh. It's I think it needs a little bit of tuning. Let's go and see what it's got on climb time. In this kind of a situation where I'm climbing, you can see that motor, the drag brake, is kind of rolling back a little bit. Yeah, I need that 3 gear in it, don't I? Let's see what we've got here. It should make this relatively easy. Yeah. One thing to consider This thing is a monster as compared to my other crawlers. So it's so big that the obstacles are actually a little bit small in relation to the vehicle. So we got to keep that in mind as well. So far the drive has been really good. I can definitely tell I got to do something with that front suspension geometry. That is leaves a little bit to be desired. The rear seems to look okay. Front needs a little bit of help. Now let's see where we are on Twin Ridges. Sometimes this can be one of those things that can, and I told you guys before, this thing can eat your lunch pretty quick. Let's see what we got here. Wow, I've never been that high on it. I am all the way straddling all the way to that. I kind of think this is more of a, like I just mentioned, the vehicle's so big, the obstacles are small. One final climb, sideways up ridgeline. This thing should get this without any issue. I mean, look at how wide the thing is. So this would be, I guess you would call it a full 1/8 scale, wouldn't you? Let's see how much it articulates. Oh man, the back tire is on top. Oh wow. Woo! First try was good. This link geometry has to change. 80 weight shock oil. I don't know, we'll just have to see how that works out. I may need a light duty rear sway bar to kind of control that just a little bit. But overall, I think it was a great first drive. Yeah, I'm thinking some kind of a sway bar on the back, but nothing big, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I could probably get away with some much more progressive rate springs as well. But tires did good. I think I nailed the foams good on the first try. Let's go ahead and look at the body. Certainly have some work to do on the body, but I'm kind of staying with the black and silver theme. I kind of think it's going to work out good. I got the body folded under right there. Got to get stickers and all on it. So kind of wraps all of that. Hopefully it'll turn out good. I mean, I don't have any silver and black bodies. So this is a first. Well, that was Thor's first drive. Pretty much I've already told you everything I'm about to tell you. Front suspension got to be adjusted. I may look at some larger bore shocks. The leading and trailing arms takes a little bit more control. I got to come up with a weak rear sway bar. Just a little bit of something. I don't need a lot. I think I've got some small gauge piano wire and some cheap sway bar ends and all that. So maybe that'll work for me on that. It doesn't need a lot, but I'd like to have just a little bit back there. You know, just a little bit. Tires, just like the G8s on the Ecto. I remember the name of that. They work really good. I got lucky with the foams. I mean, just sitting here, they're actually going to get flat spots unless I prop the thing up. So, happy with it. Gonna get the body finished up. Just simple black and gray, silver and black. I think maybe it'll work out. But anyway, guys, in that description, I will link up all the stuff underneath here. And there is a lot. This right here, as you're looking at it, don't tell your wives. This is about $2 grand sitting right here. Yeah. Shh. Hope mine ain't listening. But anyway, guys, in that description, I'll link up all that stuff. You guys check that out. And if you want to build one, go for it. Anyway, guys, okay. Check that description. Use those links. Make sure you're subscribed. And thank you all for watching. Guys, if you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. So, in the description, there's a link to become a channel member. If you want to become a channel member, it's a very simple $2, $5, $10, or if you really got some money, $25 a month. It's a simple way to support the channel. So, get that, and I am doing monthly giveaways for members only, so you might want to consider it. So, guys, use those links. Make sure you're subscribed. Thank you all for watching.